What happens to your application? This is a short video explaining what happens to your application after it is submitted. We want to open the doors to show you what happens at BBSRC after you submit your application. First of all, your application will go through some checks to make sure everyone on the application is eligible, all the documents required are there, the costings are submitted correctly, and any issues regarding animals and other ethical concerns have the required approval. At the same time, our team checks your application fits into BBSRC's remit, making sure it's been submitted to the right call or research committee. Sometimes we approach other research councils if we think an application would be of interest to them. And through the cross-council remit agreement, all applications find a home and are assessed by those with the most suitable expertise. Once we know that your application has been submitted correctly and is in the right place, the tough process of peer review can begin. We use our expertise and knowledge of the global research landscape to find suitable experts to review each application. If part of an application falls within another council's remit, they will also provide reviewer suggestions. We make sure each and every application has sufficient reviews to cover the research detailed within the application. Our reviewing community is always very busy, and members often have too many other commitments to agree to write a review. If a reviewer declines, further reviewers are sought, and it takes time to get the right reviews for your application. While the reviewing of work is going on, our team are also busy building the panel. At BBSRC, our panels are chosen from our pool of experts, covering academic and industry expertise. The panels are carefully put together to match the range of topics submitted to each call and are led by a team of chairs. Once the reviews are in and you have had a chance to respond, the panel gets to see the full applications. Considering each of the assessment criteria, the panel will look at the application, the reviews, and your PI response as a whole to make their assessment. After the panel have made their individual assessment, the 3 assigned panel members come together to discuss the application and agree a score. Sometimes these discussions can get quite animated, particularly if the panel members are very excited about the science you are proposing to do. The wider panel agree a score for each application, facilitated by the chairs. The applications are ranked in priority order based on their score, and the panel works down the list from the highest scoring at the top to make sure that each application is in the correct place. Where 2 or more applications have the same score, they are discussed together and ranked within that scoring band. The panel also write a summary feedback of your application. At this stage, the panel do not know which applications will be funded and which will not. Their job here is to write a summary of the strengths and weaknesses of your application. After the meeting, the applications are funded in priority order until the funding cut-off. Due to the large number of high-quality proposals submitted to each round, not all proposals that are deemed to be excellent in the round are guaranteed funding. After the outcomes have been decided, it's time to let you know how your application did and give you the summary feedback from the panel. If you are not successful, it's important to remember that this feedback is not a reason for why your application has not been funded, only a summary of the strengths and weaknesses. If an application is going to be funded, sometimes the panel has agreed that some adjustments are made. So we make sure those things are changed and reflected in the offer letter. We double-check all the details before we pass it along to our colleagues, who start to process the grant. After that, it is over to you to produce some innovative and inspiring science.